Welcome students. In this lecture, we will discuss about Bayes theorem of probability. Bayes theorem is used to calculate conditional probability. This theorem is named after Thomas Bayes. It shows the relation between conditional probability of event and their prior probability of event. It is used in the field of machine learning, statistics, medical diagnosis, etc. to update the problem of new data and where the probability of event is affected by multiple factors. So, under Bayes theorem of probability, the problem can be solved by three steps. Step 1 will be calculating normal probability. Step 2 will be calculating conditional probability. And step 3 will be by using the formula. The formula is probability of event X upon A. Here X represents the particular event or element and A represents something out of which we are going to find X, that is event. So the formula will be probability of X event out of A factor multiplied by probability of A divided by probability of X event out of A factor multiplied by probability of A plus probability of X event out of B factor multiplied by probability of B. So this is step 1, probability of A factor, that is normal probability, and this will be our step 2. This represents conditional probability, probability of particular event out of total event. So step 2 is conditional probability. So first we have to find out the normal probability and then we will find the conditional probability, on which basis we can continue the theorem by using this formula. So let's start with a very basic example. Normal probability. So if we have given two boxes, box A and box B, if we have to select one box, then what will be the probability of selecting box B? So it is represented by probability of selecting A and probability of selecting box B. So there are two boxes, so denomination will be 2 and we have to select only one box. So the chances of selecting box A is 1 by 2. Total 2 boxes are there, so denominator will be 2. So the chances of selecting box A is 1 by 2 and chances of selecting box B is also 1 by 2. And if we have three boxes, box A, B and C, then what will be chance of selecting box A? So probability of selecting box A is 1 by 3 because now three boxes are there. out of 3 boxes, the probability is only 1. Similarly, probability of selecting box B is 1 by 3 and probability of selecting box C is also 1 by 3 because 3 boxes are there. So denominator will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. So this is normal probability. We are given simple information and we have to find out the probability of each case. Now, second thing, conditional probability. If we are given two boxes, box A and box B, box A has 3 red balls and 2 blue balls. Box B has 5 red balls and 2 blue balls. Then what will be probability of selecting red ball which comes out of the box B? So there are two boxes. Both the boxes has red color balls and blue color balls. But we have to find that what will be the probability of selecting red balls. In the first step, we only have to select the one box out of two boxes. Under conditional probability, there are multiple boxes and there are multicolor balls in each boxes. So we have to select one color ball out of one box. So this is the case of conditional probability. So this can be represented by probability of selecting red ball out of box A, probability of selecting blue ball out of box A, probability of selecting red ball out of box B, and probability of selecting box blue ball out of box B. So here numerator represents color of the ball and denominator represents the box, the universe. So this is the case of conditional probability. After calculating normal probability and conditional probability, third step will be by applying the formula, we will calculate the problem under Bayes theorem of probability model. So formula will be, what will be probability of selecting red ball out of box B? So if we have probability of red ball out of box B, then what will be probability of selecting box B and getting red ball? So this will be reverse calculation. In this case, probability of red ball which comes out of box B is, total number of red ball is 5 divided by total number of balls available in the box B, 7. 5 plus 2, 7. So denominator represents the universe. So probability of getting red ball out of box B is 5 out of 7. Let's understand the concept with practical example. 3 machines A, B, C produces 60%, 30% and 10% items respectively. Defective percentage are 2%, 3% and 4%. An item is selected at random and is found defective. Find probability that items were produced by machine C. So what will be probability of getting defective product out of machine C? So we have to reverse it and calculate what will be the probability of machine C and getting defective product. So our first step will be, normal probability is probability of A probability of B and probability of C. Probability of A is 60%. 60% means 60 divided by 100. It means 0.6. Probability of B is 30%. It means 30 divided by 100 equals to 0.3, and probability of C is 10 out of 100. 10% is 10 divided by 100, so 0.1. So first step is calculating normal probability. Probability of A is 0.6, probability of B is 0.3, and probability of C is 0.1. Now calculating conditional probability. So probability of selecting defective item out of machine A, probability of selecting defective item from machine B, and probability of finding defective item produced by machine C. So defective items are 2%, 3%, and 4%. So 2 divided by 100, that is 0.02. For machine B, 3%, 0.03, and for machine C, probability of selecting defective item out of machine C is 4%. It means 4 divided by 100, 0.04. Now we have probability of A, probability of B, probability of C. Probability of selecting defective item out of machine A, probability of selecting defective item out of B, and probability of selecting defective item out of machine C. That is conditional probability. So third step will be our formula. Probability of C divided by defective item D. So our formula is probability of defective item out of C into probability of C machine divided by probability of D out of C into probability of C plus probability of D out of A into probability of A plus probability of defective out of machine B into probability of B. So we have all the amount, only we have to put the figure. So probability of D out of C is 0.04 multiplied by probability of C 0.1 divided by probability of D out of C into probability of C 0.04 into 0.1 plus probability of D out of A 0.02 into probability of A 0.6 plus probability of defective item out of box machine B 0.03 into probability of B is 0.3. Now 0.04 into 0.1, 0.004, this is 0.004 divided by 0.04 into 0.1, that is 0.004 plus 0.02 into 0.6, 0.012 plus 0.03 into 0.3. 0.009. So first we will add the denominator 0.004 plus 0.012 plus 0.009. That is 0.025. So 0.004 divided by 0.025, that is 4 divided by 25. Probability of getting defective item out of machine C is 4 out of 25. Our answer is 4 by 25.